Hey everybody, this is Josh from Pretty Good Books, coming to you from the self-help and spirituality section of the store. I wanted to talk to you today about this book, Life is in the Transitions by Bruce Feiler. It's an interesting book. In part, Bruce argues that the stories we tell ourselves about our lives affect the way that we live. He also says we go through life transitions all the time. Gone are the days where the person has the same job, the same life expectancy, the same spouse, the same relationships, they live in the same house all the way from cradle to grave. Those days are mostly over now. People transition, people move, people change, people do lots of things all the time. He argues, based on his research, that people have a life-changing event on average every 5 years or so. What he did was basically he went and talked to about 1,000 people and said, tell me your life story from beginning to end. He had slotted out 30 minutes of time to talk to each person, but they ended up taking 3 hours or more. People just started telling him everything. Over the course of this 1,000 or so interviews with people from all backgrounds, all walks of life, he began to see some patterns that people go through these life-changing events on a fairly consistent basis, and that people have developed over time some ways of dealing with the difficulty, the trauma, the grief of moving from one stage of life or into another. And that there are some things that are really helpful to think about whenever you're changing, you're in the middle of a transition phase from one phase of life into another. He brings up some interesting stuff in this book. I don't necessarily agree with everything that he says, but I found some things personally helpful in here, so I recommend it. Life is in the Transitions by Bruce Feiler. Check it out.